Noah Weinberg remembers the day Rick Leary was named to head OC Transpo.
Well, to say that my phone blew up the day that he was hired would be a vast understatement. I do have a lot of colleagues and peers and contacts over at 113, so definitely had my share of points of views.
He means ATU 113, the union that represents drivers at the Toronto Transit Commission. They warned Weinberg that he was in for a tough ride. They had to work with Leary for 7 years. In their telling, it was a time of strained labor relations and low morale for workers.
But I can tell you from the workers' perspective, they did feel as though they were somewhat alienated when you're a worker, rank and file member, and you're flagging something that's whether it's safety related or trying to improve the working conditions and the experience for the riding public, and it's not followed up on, you're disheartened.
Alfred says those problems came from the top. He says grievances rose during Leary's tenure and just couldn't get resolved. Issues included scheduling and working conditions, but also the state of repair of the system.
I find it interesting, and I think that the agency picking him to be their CEO is sending a message.
Alfred isn't the only one to find the new hire curious. QP 5089 represents TTC special constables and fare inspectors. Here's how its former president describes morale.
Very bad, because I'm going to tell you our turnover rate was extremely high when Mr. Leary was there. There was no clear expectations what was allowed to enforce by our members, what was not allowed to enforce. No clear expectation at all.
He says a fight over the firings of 2 special constables ruined the relationship. A TTC report said the constables used excessive force, but a Novotny says police cleared them. The battle almost bankrupted the union, but he says that was just one issue among many. He says grievances shot up during Leary's tenure, and he wonders what the city of Ottawa is thinking.
I think the decision by the city manager was a poor decision to hire Rick Leary, based on what type of experiences we had as a frontline people.
CBC put those concerns to Leary. He didn't answer them directly or agree to sit for an interview in time for this story. But he gave us a written statement saying he's focused on respect, transparency, and accountability. He promised an open and ongoing dialogue with labor and says he's now meeting with all the unions at OC Transpo to build a collaborative relationship. Weinberg has already had his meeting with the new transit chief. So far, he likes what he's hearing.
I had a report ready for him with some action plans and state of affairs of the way the union saw it and a lot of issues that we've been raising for a long time. And he was very open and receptive to it, which I appreciated. We had a good, frank discussion, and I got a positive feel of where some things, certainly things that I've had a concern for, would be going.
Weinberg says there is always going to be some conflict between a union and management, but he says the relationship has been getting better recently. For now, at least, he's trying to keep an open mind that the trend will continue with Leary at the helm.
He has a new opportunity to change his history, and I have an opportunity to help my members achieve what they've been trying to achieve for a long time. So I go into it cautiously optimistic that we'll be able to find a collaborative road to do that together.
Arthur White-Crummey, CBC News, Ottawa.